Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2019. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry about the long wait. I just had to... today's my high school... I mean, if you're watching live, if you're watching on YouTube, this already happened. Today is my high school. Today is Christmas, first of all, so happy holidays to everyone. I have my high school yearly, end of year reunion, and so I was in charge of food, and so we're having Christmas briskets this this year, and I needed to make sure that everything was okay, and so I got a call from the restaurant and blah blah. Anyways, Shotgunner Limitless TCG, definitely your best resource for getting the latest lists, deck lists for standard decks, and youtube.com/Tablemon so that you can see those very same decks in action. Now we're going to be moving on after that nice self pat on the back. We're going to be moving on to Magnezone, Dialga, Dusk, Necrozma. So what do these Pokemon do? Well, first off, we have Magnezone, right? Which is the reason why this deck works. 150 HP, ability Magnetic Circuit. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a metal energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So no metal energy rules, right? I mean, no energy attachment rules. You can only attach one energy per turn under normal conditions. Magnetic Circuit allows you to attach any energy you want as long as it's metal. And then Sap Cannon deals 130 damage, which is actually a pretty decent number to be hitting when you're playing against non-GX decks. However, otherwise it's a bit underwhelming. If you want to focus on this, like with a Choice Band and Delmice, you could be hitting for 170, which is a knockout on Lele. So maybe there's a Shrine deck out there that could use Magnezone as a potential attacker, but probably not. Next up we have Dusk Necrozma GX, 190 HP and an Ultra Beast. Its attack Claw Slash deals 60 damage, nothing too impressive, but Meteor Tempest deals 220 damage now, that's impressive. You do have to discard 3 energy from this Pokemon, however, with Magnezone, reattaching them is not an issue, so that you can continually deal 220 damage. And finally we have Triple Dialga. Now what does this Dialga, what makes it so special? 130 HP, standard for non-GX basics, I guess, and then we have Turn Back Time. 60 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolved Pokemon, you devolve it by putting the highest stage evolution card on it into your opponent's hand. So rare candy decks are super popular right now due to the fact that although Ninetales GX allows you to pull the rare candies out of your deck immediately, and 60 HP basics are super popular because of Professor Elm's lecture. So Dialga is actually a really good way to counteract those two things. Turn Back Time will always KO a Carnivore. Turn Back Time will always KO a Zoroark. Turn Back Time will always KO a Lycanroc, as long as they're using the 60 HP basics, right? Which most of the time they are. So you can even knock out a Swampert. Instead of dealing 160 damage, all you need is 3 energy and you get immediately a prize, which is really good. The drawback is that you're not getting 2 prizes for a knockout on the GX, right? But that's honestly not a big issue, I don't think. And so, we also have 2 Tapu Leles for this Wonder Tag ability. Then supporters wise, we have 3 Steven's Resolve, as you saw in the Wailord match. These are super important. Then we also have 4 Cynthia to shuffle and cycle through cards. We have Double Lily, a single Sightseer, 2 Lady, and 2 Fisherman. And then items wise, we have 4 Nestball, 4 Ultra and 4 Rare Candy for consistency purposes, along with the 3 Acrobites. And finally, we have 4 Mount Coronet to recover the energy that we do end up discarding through through Dusk Necrozma, and 10 basic metal along with the Beast energy. Now, why would you want to hit 250 damage? Well, when you're up against something like the CDI or a Solgaleo, you do want to use Meteor Tempest with the Beast energy to get that knockout. Otherwise, Sun's Eclipse GX dealing 250 damage is a pretty good number. However, you can only use this attack if only once, because it's your GX move, and only if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. Happy holidays to you as well, Khaled. And let's jump into ladder and see if Magnezone Dialga can keep the hot streak going. Okay. I used to call Galade Galad. I think I like Galad more, but I've gotten used to calling it Galade. Okay, so we'll see what we can do here. I feel like the glass doesn't have enough M&Ms for it to be Christmas. I was thinking about doing like, I was thinking of doing something special for New Year's, which is basically, those are charity, these are M&Ms, and then these are M&Ms as well. Okay, so what I was thinking of doing was, you know how like for New Year's, or I don't know if this is something that happens in all the world or maybe it's just in Mexico, but when it's New Year's, you have to like eat 12 grapes, right? Like 12 seconds before midnight, you have to eat 1 grape per second. So I was thinking of doing something like an M&M's New Year's stream or something, where I have to eat a certain, like I can eat a lot of M&Ms. So like having to eat a certain number of M&Ms or whatever, based on some conditions. I don't know, like making it some sort of a challenge. I'm gonna end up being super full on M&Ms, but it might be entertaining for you guys. Okay, so very bad hands, honestly. Very bad hands. I mean, if I set up Magnemite, I'm done for. This Ultra has to go for the other Lele. Right? So Ultra for the other Lele, it has to be in here, so we won't get turned to Magnezone, which is what this deck is kind of designed to do. Man, I don't want to mount Coronet energy right now because then I would just be putting this energy back with a Lele after I go for the Cynthia. What we need is double Magnemite. That's the goal for turn 1, and we did exactly the opposite pretty much. Yeah. So we're gonna see a Cynthia. And this is some sort of Zoroark Ninetales deck. There's a TCG. And there's a Beacon. So not the best start for my opponent either. Right? Because no Elms on turn 1. This Lele into Cynthia is going to have to be really good. Because I can't even Lele for Stevens. Because Stevens, with no Magnemite, Stevens is just too slow. So let's go ahead and Cynthia, right? This is where I wish I was running like Elms or something. And Vulpix. Okay. Definitely think I bench this friend. Definitely think I do this. And then I'm gonna Cynthia. So here's the catch. If I bench, if I only bench 1 Magnemite this turn, either my opponent knocks it out, which activates my GX move, which I can then Sun's Eclipse GX for the knockout, or it survives, and then I have a chance to set up the Magnezone. So it's a win-win either way. Because with the Magnezone, I can also get the knockout. And wow, I'm getting another call. Give me 1 second. Oh, now that was worst case scenario. My opponent got the Enhanced Hammer and knocked out the Magnemite. That was worst case scenario. And he got the Enhanced Hammer without Ninetales. Jeez. Okay, and we have to threaten, right? So we're definitely gonna Stevens this turn. My other Magnemite is prized, so that's immediately a bad sign. I have the metal energy. That's not a problem. It has never been the problem. Okay. I guess I grab... Well, I have the sights here. I have the sights here. I don't have Stretcher either. I honestly don't think I need anything else. Sure, I'll grab the Dialga. Something I can thin, and it's a non-GX which can help me turn the tide of this game, I guess. No, I didn't. RealGames.ca, I actually didn't. I wanted to, right? I wanted to, but unfortunately, I did not. Oh, Ninetales can 1-hit KO Necrozma. Ninetales can 1-hit KO Necrozma. No, I will eventually get a new phone. My phone is definitely on its last legs, for sure. But I haven't gotten it yet. It's just too many expenses. December is a crazy month. And I don't get a Christmas bonus, so that's that's less than ideal. It's definitely less than ideal. Yeah, eventually I'll do it. Eventually I'll get one. There's just too many things. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't seem like my opponent has too great a hand right now. That Enhance Hammer though. That Enhance Hammer. Am I switching to iPhone? No, I have an iPhone and I'm probably gonna switch away from it. It's just too expensive. Like the newer iPhones are just way too expensive. It's a data hog, Real Games. I feel like, well, from what I've heard is, if you click on the settings and you download all the assets, if you download all the assets whilst you are, on Wi-Fi, and then you use it, then it doesn't have to constantly be downloading stuff, and therefore, it works pretty nicely that way. But don't take my word for it. Okay, so we get our knockout. My opponent has 3 cards in hand. Are they Marshadow or Judge? If they're not, we're gonna get a super explosive turn. Because I fully expect my opponent... Oh, does he have Ninetales Guzma Energy? Were the 3 cards Ninetales Guzma Energy or Timer Ball Guzma Energy? Oh my god, double hands. Well, that's not great. You didn't know you could do that? Yeah, like here, I'll show you. You can go here, settings, and then, oh, it's not here. I think there's a 4th option when you're in the main menu, where you can just like click and you download all the card assets when you're on Wi-Fi, and then you can oh jeez, and then it won't be like, that's what I heard, that makes it bearable. But then if at any point wow, another Timer Ball. Double tails, please. DC. Choice band. You're kidding me. You are actually kidding me. How do they get these perfect hands? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's knockout, I guess. That was a nice top deck. That was a nice. Here, I'll make it up to you, top deck. And the fact that my stadium has still stuck is actually really nice. That was a really nice top deck. You can't play PTCGO on Android phones. You can't play PTCGO on iPhone. You need a lot of free space in your phone for that, but it works. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because they're all like HD card images, right? Okay, so turn back time. We get a knockout. This Dialga should be safe. No, I have 3 Pokemon with abilities. Ugh. So that's Weavile is gonna wreck my Dialga. He has no Zoroark. Man, this guy got the Enhanced Hammer, got the Judge, got the knockout with Zorua, which I guess wouldn't have made a difference because I got knockout with Dialga. Jeez. Gonna need another great top deck because my prize was useless. Okay, so 1 trade. Can you whiff, please? Like, the fact that we're at this point, despite our start, I think says a lot. We're gonna see an Ultra Ball for either a Ninetales into Energy Lodo or just Lele for Cynthia. Okay, Ninetales into Energy Lodo or into Guzma GXKO my Dustmate. That would be worst case scenario for sure. Please don't. This is gonna be an Energy Lodo. Oh, multi-switch. Oh my god. This guy just has everything. This guy literally has everything. Every turn. Yeah, we're done here. We are done. Most likely. And another Sneasel to boot. Wow. I mean, the only way we don't lose is if we get a way to get a knockout with Leyland this Weavile. Sights here, okay. One energy. Not enough. I needed 2 energy. Man, that was a rough game. Every turn my opponent hit the perfect cards. The Enhanced Hammer was so clutch too. The Enhanced Hammer was so clutch too. Oh well. I mean, this deck feels very frail though. It feels very inconsistent. You rely so much on the Stevens on turn 1, but then you're not even playing for Magnemite. I took this list from Memphis, I think. No, not from, maybe Roanoke? I don't know. Very rough. Very rough. Nate, mind if Irit and Chad choose what you should play at your expanded cup, Raiho or Blastoise? I played Blastoise at the last expanded regional in Anaheim, and I honestly enjoyed it. Okay, so that's a really good starting hand, right? But this hand is very like high rollish, and my previous hand was very under average as well. Oh well, we're going first too, so I didn't need to bench the Magnemite technically. Okay, nice Dustmane top deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up a Dialga, and then the Stevens basically forces my opponent to go for to go for a Marshadow turn 1 or a Judge, right? Either of those works for him. Should I Lady? I feel like I should Lady because then I have Ultra Ball into Lele. But Lady gets me knockout guaranteed and Cynthia could be a whiff. So I'm actually gonna go for Lady to get me 4 basic energies into my hand. So Nate, I would vote for Blastoise. I enjoy playing Blastoise. It's definitely the more complicated deck for sure. Jagan, how was my Anaheim? It was fun. It was definitely fun to play there and to be there. Definitely fun. I got 106th place, I believe. I lost, like my third loss was when I prized double Archies. Didn't even have to Lele for it. Are you kidding me? Didn't even have to Lele for it. Oh my god. How do they do this? Why does PTCGO do this? Didn't even have to Lele for the Judge. Oh boy. We need a huge Acrobite here. Okay, round 2. Here we go. Let's play this. Right, let's mount Coronet. Sure. Let's Nest Ball to keep thinning. I honestly don't care if I keep adding abilities onto this. And then probably not gonna lose the Magnemite. So I'm gonna Stevens. I mean, we were on a hot streak before this match, so. Okay, please don't have second raw Judge or I feel like Lily's actually decent here. No, because I'm gonna Lady, so then I'll Cynthia. Oh no, Guzma's not useful. Well, it could be. Guzma could be used. No, but I need a follow-up option. Never mind. Like before this, we won 6 games in a row, right? With Steelix and Wailord. So maybe this deck is just underwhelming. That turn 1 Judge though is pretty brutal. We're gonna see a Ninetales. If she grabs an Ultra Ball, then it's gonna be for Lele for Judge. Oh my gosh, the Palpad. And she's 100% going for the Judge, for the Lele to Judge. 100%. Oh wow. Has the Macargo on Dork already? So we're 100% going to the Judge. Yep, there's a Palpad. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Brutal, indeed. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. If you're expecting a lot of Archies, wouldn't Plasma and Lugia win you games based on Alex Shemansky's list? Yeah. That actually would be, if you have the cards for it, then yeah. That would be a decent meta call if you expect a lot of Archies. Okay, so we got Magnezone, but we didn't get much else. So I'm gonna Ultra for Lily. And just not care about Weavile, right? I can't care. I can't care. We're gonna see a trade. Imagine top decking a draw supporter. That would be the dream. Top decking a draw supporter would be the dream. I can knock out this Ninetales first myself. Like, yes, my opponent is accomplishing a lot in disrupting my play, but he's also not applying enough pressure, right? If he was using Judge plus knockout, then we would be in a lot of trouble. Or in more trouble than we currently are. Commits the energy to the active too. Not gonna top deck the supporter, so I'm gonna Lele for Lily. That way I keep the rare candy, right? Because if I Cynthia and I find rare candy, I'm gonna be happy. So I already have the rare candy, so I'm okay with the Lily into 5. Yeah. And just hope I hit either another Ultra Ball or just the raw Magnezone. That's the dream. So here we go. Lily. We hit the Ultra Ball, which is nice. Let's go ahead and Acrobike. We hit a Cynthia, that's even nicer. Don't need the Beast Energy at all. Okay. So we survived, guys. We, after the brutal judges, we might be able to recover nicely here. So I'm gonna retreat. I'm gonna Mount Coronet for the 2 of the energy back. And then we will evolve into Magnezone. And so, next worst case scenario is my opponent going Kuzma, Energy on Weavile, KO Magnezone, right? Which, he has Macargo, so he's guaranteed one of those 2 cards. If that happens, I feel like, okay, this extra energy should go here, right? Because I'm gonna be able to get energy back with Mount Coronet, and turn back time is going to be enough, right? Because it's a 60 HP Cecil, so I don't need another energy in this Dialga. And Power Blast, thanks to weakness, will get a KO in this Ninetales. So we've stabilized. If we lose the Magnezone, we're gonna be in trouble for sure, but not the worst of troubles. And now we have excess supporters in our hand. So ironic how one game you'll get 5 supporters in your hand, and then in another one you'll get 0. Okay, so we see the Kukui lead up. So he's gonna actively go after my Dialga. Attaches the energy and then trades. So a bit of a weird sequencing there for my opponent. I feel like, I mean, I assume this indicates she doesn't run the stadium, right? Otherwise, you 100% go for the stadium, and she went for it, so that Kukui was definitely unnecessary. That Kukui was 100% unnecessary. We have lost 2 Mount Coronets, right? This guy can't just go down. So I need to find another Mount Coronet and a basic energy. Not quite. Not quite. Ugh. So yeah, I'll pass. Not quite. That is a very underwhelming turn. What's the Trev Archie's matchup like? Trev favored? It all depends. If you Archies on turn 1, you are good to go, and you're probably favored. Especially if you run 2 Keldeo. With 1 Keldeo, it's a bit sketchy, but I think you're still favored. And then, if you don't get turn 1 Blastoise and they get the lock on you, you rely 100% on Volcanion Prism Star to use its ability to reactivate your item cards. If they have 2 Trevenants down, then that's game. So it all depends on, like, the coin flip decides a lot, right? Well, actually it doesn't. Like, if you get turn 1 Archies, that's the key. If you get turn 1 Archies, you're good to go. If you don't, then you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, are we going to see a Guzma KO in the Magnezone? Yep. Yep. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to sights here. The stadium plus Kukui felt like such a weird play to do. Oh jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna have to sights here away everything but the Magnezone. Wow. Yeah, has to be. Now I need a candy and a stadium. Neither of those are what I need. I get the candy, but I'm missing 1 energy again. And then if I lose this Lele, I don't have draw power for next turn. But I mean, ugh. Now my opponent needs Choice Band. And my Dusk Magnezone is gone. Yeah. We managed to stabilize, we got the first 2 prizes, and then we are 100% going to lose this game still. Weavile is just too strong. Weavile is simply too strong. Weavile is simply too strong, so yeah. we are out of luck here. We are out of luck. There's a second Weavile. Timer roll. What did she discard off of the Ultra Wall? Elms and okay, so all of these are useless cards for sure at this point in time. Gonna smooth over for the choice band. Gonna play Kukui once again. She really likes smooth over plus Kukui. Grabs another energy. Attaches the choice band just to make sure she's getting the knockout, right? Just to guarantee that she's getting the knockout. Like the Kukui she just used could have been saved to knock out Lele, I guess. Or I don't know. I guess it's useless at this point in time because you need the other choice band and you're fine. So yeah, there's no chance. There's no chance unless well, maybe she doesn't play 3 choice bands. Even if that happens, okay. So lady top deck. We only have 2 energy. 1, 2. Yeah, we only have 2 energy. We need Fisherman, not. Yeah. Too much pressure from my opponent. Nothing to do here. So yeah, pretty big fail. After going undefeated for 6 games in a row with the other 2 decks, Dialga Magnezone proves to be a very mediocre deck if your opponents are playing correctly and they're targeting down your Magnezones, they're denying your draw. Then they have the raw turn 1 judge. That also definitely helps. So yeah guys, that will be all from me today in terms of the video and the live stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out today. Really do. I wish you all some happy holidays, and I'm gonna give out the 9 code cards right now. So if you're watching live,